Thank you everybody for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at a whole bunch of different Chanel red classic handbags. I know I always have the toughest time figuring out what red to get. Hopefully this video will help you. First and foremost, welcome to Opulent Habits. I'm the owner, Darcy Parnas, and these are a wonderful selection of red Chanel handbags. I know I have the hardest time figuring out what red Chanel I should buy. It's really hard to decide. I've gone through quite a few red Chanel handbags, and it's always tough to find that one that just pulls at your heart and says, it's me, it's me. Well, today we're going to look at these bags, and I hope I can help you decide which one's your holy grail. I'm also hoping to help you guys figure out sizing on handbags. I know that's a really big deal with Chanel bags. Should I get a medium, 10-inch, a jumbo, 12-inch, or a maxi, 13-inch? Most people prefer the jumbo size. A lot of people actually like the medium as well for going out. The maxi seems to be a workhorse that you could take with you and shove everything that you need in it. So let's look at the different reds and let's look at the different sizes. So let's start with the 2009s, since those are the youngest ones that I have here. I have 2009 with both red and silver hardware. 2009 is one of the only years that they actually did a red caviar with gold hardware. For all of you Chanel handbag lovers out there, you know that it's very, very hard to find a red caviar Chanel handbag with gold hardware. They normally always make them with silver hardware. We don't know why. Chanel, if you're listening, everybody wants gold hardware with red caviar. So, this would be a holy grail to a lot of people. It's a 2009 Chanel Jumbo red caviar with gold hardware. Let me bring her closer so you can see her. Now, as you can see, this red isn't like a cherry red, and it's not like a cranberry red. It's kind of more of almost a raspberry red, and the gold hardware really complements the red caviar in this handbag. This one does have the mark on the closure, and that happens on vintage handbags. They did a lot of stamping on the hardware. In 2009, the handbags, they were single flaps. So this is a jumbo classic Chanel single flap. A lot of times people aren't sure about single flaps. Some people love them because they're lighter in weight, and some people prefer the double flap because they like how it holds its shape. I personally think the single flap is a great version. They don't make it anymore, which makes it very hard to find. And I do like that it's lighter. With 2 kids, I have a hard time with the double flap. When I have everything in my handbag and it's a double flap, it gets really heavy on my shoulder, especially carrying my son who's like 30 pounds. So, let's take a look at this beauty so you guys can admire and see what color red she is. This is my own personal handbag, and I was very lucky to find her because I've always looked for a red caviar with gold hardware. I don't think I'll ever let her go. But for me, to be honest, she's not my favorite red. I like the brighter red. Now, we have a 2010 coming, and people consider that the holy grail. But I don't have her here today, but once she arrives, I will do another video. I hope that this helps, though, so you could see the different coloring on her. Now, I'm 5'3". I'm actually 5'2 3/4", but I'm going to show you what she looks like on me. I know you can't really fully see, but I will scoot you back just a little bit. I don't think she's too big. I personally love the jumbo size. A lot of my handbags are Chanel jumbos. I feel like they're the best investment too. Everybody always wants a jumbo. The mediums tend to be a little too small for some people, and the maxis tend to be a little too big. Here we are with the 2009 Chanel Jumbo Red Caviar with gold hardware. Now let's bring out her sister. the 2009 Chanel Red Caviar Jumbo Single Flap with silver hardware. Same exact season, same exact red, just this one has silver hardware. For me, this is a beautiful bag. I love how the silver contrasts with the red. It actually really pops. I do prefer gold hardware, but I don't mind the silver on this handbag. It's very fresh and very young. I don't know if you can hear this, but when a Chanel bag hasn't been worn much, the handles, they'll squeak. It's something you want to look for when buying a bag, especially if you're looking for one that hasn't been worn much. That squeak just makes me giddy, and I get so excited to hear it. So let's take a moment and look at the Chanel Red Caviar Jumbo 2009 with silver hardware. This one was made a little bit after the gold one that I showed you, so there's no marking on this hardware. However, it is the same year. And again, she's more of like a raspberry red. She's not cherry red, she's not cranberry red. And I'm also doing this on a day when there's some shade and it's not too sunny, so you can actually see the red coloring, and I hope that helps you. She's a single flap as well. We're going to pause because my mailman's here, and hopefully he's bringing me my 2010, and then I can share her with you. So this is my daughter Maven, and she is the handbag Maven. Follow us on Instagram as Opulent Habits, and follow Maven as the handbag Maven for all of her handbag travels. I like to take pictures with her with all of the bags that come in on consignment or for sale, and I hope that you enjoy seeing her with the handbags too. Bye-bye. Mwah! Sorry for the quick interruption. USPS didn't bring me anything yummy today. Maybe FedEx, maybe UPS will. We don't know, but we'll wait and see. So back to the 2009 Chanel Caviar Classic Jumbo Single Flap version. Here are those squeaky chains that I was telling you about. You want to listen for them, and when you get a bag like this, you know that you have one that hasn't been worn a lot. Consider yourself lucky. Especially for 2009, we're talking 6 years ago, and this little baby hasn't really seen the light of day. She needs a loving home where she can be cherished and worn and loved. This one is actually currently available in our store. Now let's evaluate her for color. This one is in better shape than my personal Red Caviar with gold hardware. The shape on her is better, and this is a great bag for anybody who's looking for a Red Caviar Chanel Classic Flap. And being the single version, she's not going to be heavy, and you can wear her every day and put everything that you need in there and feel comfortable wearing her. You can see the shape's just beautiful on her. Nice rounded top, exactly how she's supposed to be. The corners are wonderful. No color transfer on the back. That does happen. It happens on lambskin bags, it happens on caviar bags, and it happens on patent bags. It's just something you have to be careful with. When you're wearing a Chanel bag, it's a big investment. You want to take care of it. Be careful with the clothing that you wear with it. And if you do end up getting color transfer, don't worry. Jerry at Leather Surgeons can fix her right up for you. I'll provide that information below in the details, and if you ever have a problem with a Chanel handbag, feel free to reach out to him and let him know Darcy sent you, and he will take very good care of you. Back to the handbag. She's a beauty. I'm going to show you the inside on her. Now this has the chain where it goes right next to each other. On the newer style handbags, which I will show you, they go this way instead of this way. It should have the Chanel in Paris mark on the hardware with 2 little screws. Let's look at her on the inside. Very clean, very spacious, very open. A little zippered pocket. That has a hang tag as well that has the CC on it, as well as Chanel on the back side. It has the stitching here. That's what gives the bag the shape on the inside. This nice little roundness. This comes from this little stitch that holds it all together. This stitch will get loose as you put stuff in your handbag. If you need that fixed, it's very easy. Bring it to somebody that you trust. They can restitch it for you, and it costs about $25. Let's take a little better look at her. Wonderful bag. She really needs a home, and she's beautiful. I'm going to show her on me, and you can see what she looks like. I'm not tall, so I'm going to have to stand up, but again, I'm about 5'2 3/4". She's a perfect size. I really love her. Now, for everybody who's really tall, like supermodels, all you ladies out there, you can make this a single strap. It doesn't have to be worn double. Put it right down, and it's much easier to do this with the single flap versions because it easily flows like that. And you can wear a crossbody. For me, it hangs too low, but for people who are tall, it's a nice option. You can't see her, but I will do it again where you can see her. So this is Miss 2009 Red Caviar Single Jumbo Caviar Classic Flap with silver hardware. Has a line down the middle. Everything should be even and lining up. Beautiful. That's the craftsmanship that you expect to see in Chanel pieces. Everything should be flowing. You can see these flow on to the next ones. And everything should be in order and lined up. If you're looking for a red Chanel handbag, please feel free to email us. This one is available. Now that we've taken a look at the 2009s, I do not have the 2010 here today. She is coming, so let's move on to the 2011. As you can tell, the 2011 compared to the 2009 is a much brighter red. This is where you can really see the raspberry tone on this one. This one is more of a cherry red. It's still not as bright as 2010, but compared to a 2009, she is much brighter. Now this one is a maxi. And not only is she a maxi, but she's a double flap. Let's take a look at her. Now this was actually my first Chanel that I ever purchased direct from the store. It was my first big investment, and I actually have not worn her because I was so nervous because of how expensive she was. So she actually just found a new home this weekend, and I'm going to be sending her out today to her new owner, and I hope that she will be worn and loved there because she's really beautiful, and she deserves to see the light of day. This might actually be the first time she's ever seen the sun. So let's take her all in. Now this caviar isn't as pebbled as the 2009. It's a little bit smoother. She has beautiful puffy quilts. She has silver hardware as well. And we're really going to take her in. Her CC is not as flat. It's a little bit more raised, and it's not as big as a 2009. She's a stunner, and she's a double flap. A lot of people consider the 2011 their holy grail, and I understand why. Because if you're looking for that bright cherry red, well, here she is. Now this is what people mean by a double flap. This is the top flap. This is the double flap. This flap is put on the inside to help hold in your belongings. It's a great feature that Chanel added, but you would be surprised how much heavier a double flap is versus a single flap. She has a little button closure that you can put right over to keep everything in. And then you just put this one over as well, and you just clasp her in to go. On the double flaps, you're going to see this has a little compartment. This is where Coco Chanel actually stored her love letters. That's why she made this little spot on her double flaps. She would take her little love letters and she would put them right in here, and she would store them up in here and keep them hidden, so whenever she wanted to look at them, she would go right into her purse and take them out and read them. She was very romantic. Okay, so as you can see, the straps on this double flap, they go this way versus this way on the single flap. This does make it a little bit harder. If you want to change the strap and make her single, I really suggest picking her up and then doing it, or else you're going to have her rubbing against this inside flap, and you will get marks on here. It's completely normal to get marks on the inside flap. It's inevitable. It's going to happen because you have the chains laying against her, and you also have this zipper laying against her. So you're going to see little marks when you purchase them from this little zipper rubbing against it, and you're going to see the chains. Now, I took very good care of her, and I made sure to put a little felt on her there. So there's none as of yet, but with the new owner, I'm sure it will happen unless she stores it the same way. It's a good little tip. If you don't want any marks on your double flap and you're buying them brand new from store and they're coming without the marks, because sometimes they do have them direct from the store, take a piece of felt. I would suggest getting a white piece. Or you could get tissue paper and cut it to size. Lay it on here, put it down a little bit in this back little pocket, because you do have a back pocket here now. And that's going to help you keep this dent free. And that's a big thing. I even keep some tissue paper on the inside here. As you can see, the beautiful CC stitching is right there. Gorgeous. This should always be even and perfectly stitched on an authentic Chanel handbag. There's another pocket here where you can store papers. Okay? And I do recommend stuffing your bags. Don't overstuff them because you're going to have a problem with that stitch that I was telling you about, but you want them to keep their shape. With my red caviar with the gold hardware, she wasn't stored properly before she came to me, so she's a little flat. I'm going to show you the inside now. This baby is Chanel, made in France, as you can see right there. Chanel makes their bags in 3 places. It will either say Chanel made in France, Chanel made in Italy, or Chanel made in Spain. It doesn't alter the quality of the bags. They're all made the same exact way. Some people prefer it to say made in France because that's its original origin. But, I mean, it's still Chanel. So it could say Chanel made in Italy, Chanel made in Spain. As long as it's authentic and it's a beautiful handbag, you'll be happy. Don't get caught up on the little things like that because it doesn't really matter. It's her little button closure for the inside flap. It says Chanel Paris on it. Sometimes you'll buy these resold and these will be cracked. You can get that repaired too. And as long as it closes, it's no big deal. This one isn't. This is perfect. This one's never been worn, like I said. So here you go. Here's a Chanel 2011 red caviar maxi double classic flap. If you can believe it, I actually have her original tag. That's pretty rare on these handbags. Now, these bags currently, 2015, as of August, I think today's the 10th, retail for $6,000 plus tax. She's a big investment, but you will have her the rest of your life. Now, back in 2011, when I purchased her, you guys are going to be shocked. Can anybody guess how much she retailed for? It's always nice to find these tags. They're like little treasures when you do. And you see the old retail, your mouth drops to the floor. Chanel is aggressive in their price increases, and that's why they're great investment bags. If you're going to put your money into a bag and you want to be able to resell it later if you need to and get your money back out of it, it's a Chanel bag. Every year they do a price increase, and every year your bag is going to be worth more money if you take good care of her and store her with all of her original accessories. You want to keep the box. You want to keep the dust bag. You want to keep the card. And if you have the tag, keep the tag with her. It's very important. So can anybody guess? In 2011, this one is from spring, this handbag retailed for $4,000. So since 2011, the maxi has increased $2,000. When all of your husbands are giving you a hard time or boyfriends for spending so much money on a handbag, let them know these are better investments than stocks. Because every single year, these handbags are going to increase in price. Why? Because Chanel wants to increase the prices to make them more and more of an unattainable item, so everybody keeps longing for them. It's supposed to be a special piece. It's supposed to be a piece you save up for. It's supposed to be something you long and lust for, and when you finally have it, you really appreciate it. So every year, they're going to keep raising the prices. This little ditty is going to be going to her new home with her. I'm going to show you guys how to read the tags too. So this right here, this stands for 2011 and P is spring. The style number is A58601. That's for the maxi double flap. And the Y06500 is for the leather, caviar. The color code right here, dark red, and I don't see this as a dark red, I see this as a cherry red, is 81540. So there you go, that's how you read Chanel tags. I hope that helps. Let's do a little side-by-side comparison between this and the jumbo again, so you can also see the difference in sizing. Okay, so there's really only an inch difference in the length and just a little bit in the height. And you can see the difference between a double flap and a single flap. It's not too much, but to be honest, when you're wearing it, it is a big difference. The maxi does feel a lot bigger on than the jumbo. So I'm going to suggest, if you're buying a resold bag and you're not sure what size, go into the store. Try on the bags. Ask them to try on a maxi, ask them to try on a jumbo. They might not have them in the store to try them on, but if you're lucky, they will. And that way you can figure out what size you really enjoy. A lot of times they keep their classic handbags hidden in this little closet. So go in and say, do you have any of the classics in the closet? And see if they'll take one out and they'll let you try them on. I hope this helps somebody with sizing and with figuring out which type of red you want to purchase. We're going to take one more gander at this beauty. My beautiful maxi that's leaving me forever today. Maybe she'll come back. I hope she does, to our wonderful luxury consignment handbag boutique that I personally run. I'm passionate about handbags, as you can tell, so that is why I opened my store. I have 2 little babies, 2 under 2, and it's a great way for me to help my family and do my passion while being at my house. I work on my handbags every day, and I really treat each and every one that comes into my store like my own. So if you have anything that you're looking to sell or that you're looking to buy, we do personal shopping. Feel free to email us at opulenthabits@gmail.com, and I would be happy to help you find your favorite or your most lusted after classic Chanel handbag or even a fashion bag. Send me a little note and say, Darcy, I'm looking for this, and I'll try to help you. One last little look at this little baby before she goes back into her box to go home. She's a beauty. I highly suggest going after a 2011 classic flap. Beautiful. And I really think that over, the course of the years, this is one of the best reds that Chanel ever did. Stunner. This is her original box. This box right here has the lid that actually comes off. It's not the magnetic box in 2011. However, my Pearly has the new magnetic box. It's much heavier and the top does not come off. It actually just flops over. Here we go. Here is another gorgeous, stunning, red caviar Chanel jumbo. This is a double flap. This one is from 2012. She has the silver hardware as well, and she again is caviar, but she is not pebbled like the 2009. She is much smoother. This red, as you can see, compared to the 2011, is a deeper red. It's much richer. This one has orange undertones, kind of. Not as bad as I've seen on some of the other reds, but this one has deep, rich, dark red undertones. Almost blue, people say. Again, let's show the difference between 2011 and 2012. This one being the maxi, this one being the jumbo. This bag is owned by my beautiful friend Danielle, one of my best friends. Hey Danielle, love you. She has now found a wonderful home with one of our friends, and I cannot wait for her to receive her. She currently has her on layaway. We do offer layaway, so these bags are big purchases. We understand sometimes you don't have $5,000, $6,000 to spend on a bag all at once. We want to help you get the bag of your dreams, so we will offer you layaway and we will work with you. You can let us know how much you can put down and how long it would take you to pay it off, and we can see what we can do. There's also PayPal credit, which does help you. They'll give you 6 months interest free for big purchases. It's just a good thing to know. So let's take a look at this beauty, okay? 2012 Chanel Red Jumbo Caviar in a deep, beautiful red. She's a double flap as well, as you can see. Stunner. I have to say, 2012, she has my heart a little bit. Out of the reds, she is fire engine red. She is, you know, cherry, deep cherry red. The sun's out a little bit, so now you can kind of see. Let's take a look at her. She has the rounder CC that's not as big as 2009. She's been worn, so you're not hearing the squeaking just as much, but she's in mint condition. She is an absolute beauty, okay? We're going to open her up. Again, we have Chanel's hidden little compartment for her love notes. It's a great little zippered accessory. And here we have the double flap again. This one too has the straps that go this way, the newer style, versus this way for the single flaps. CC on the inside. The engraving on the hardware. Okay, the Chanel in Paris on the button. Fit a lot of things. This one, see this beauty? Chanel made in Italy. And she is just as stunning as a Chanel made in France. So don't let that throw you off. Some of you people get stuck. Like, I only want the one made in France, and I can understand. But to be honest, it doesn't make a difference. She has the stitch as well, keeping her shape. Again, if you find one that has this stitch pop, no big deal. If you can get it for a better deal, bring it home, have them restitch it, you're good to go. It's something that can easily be fixed. The serial numbers are always on the inside. They're in different spots. This one's on the bottom right here against the wall on the inside. It's hard to see, but she's in there. I haven't been taking out the cards, but all the ones I have do have cards. Front and back. 2012, this is the 16 series. You can see it starts with a 1-6. That's what they mean by 16 series. It's good to know. There are little sheets online that you can look up for Chanel years, and they will tell you 16 series, 17 series, 13 series, what year it equivalates to, and that can help you figure out what year your bag is from. So let's take in this stunner one more time. I cannot wait for her new owner to get her. I know she's going to be loved and cherished. Beauty. Let's show this one on, okay? Love the 2012. I, of course, am partial to red Chanels. I think they're one of the best investments that you can make. It is one of the colors that everybody always wants. So if I'm going to buy a colored Chanel handbag, I'm going to buy Caviar because I have babies again and I need to actually wear them and I don't want to worry about them. Lambskin is extremely delicate. Caviar makes it more wearable. You don't have to be as delicate with it. And I'm going to get, for a color, either a red or a blue. Those are the ones that are extremely sought after, and say I change my mind, which I often do, I'll be able to resell it and get my money back for it. Red is always my absolute favorite. Then blue, and I do love the classic black and beige. I think those are all staple pieces that every girl needs. And at some point in your life, splurge on yourself and get it, because you only live once, and you just feel different when you're wearing a Chanel handbag. You feel proud. You feel excited, you feel happy, and when you feel that way, it just shows in everything that you do, and your confidence just goes through the roof. So for me, I love wearing my Chanel bag. It's like a little booster. Even if I look terrible and I have my hair up and I'm in my pajamas, if I have on a classic handbag, I just feel beautiful. Thank you, Chanel, for making that possible. Done the 2009 Caviar single flaps. We've done the 2011 double flap maxi. And we also just did the 2012 Caviar double flap. Now we're going to take the time and we're going to look at the pearlized. This one I actually just got. And the pearlized version was from 2015 cruise. You can see here on the tag, 2015, style number, color code. I fell in love with the pearlized handbags. I missed them when they were in the store, so I had to buy them on the secondary market, and I got really lucky to find this one brand new. And I have personal shopped for a few of these, as well as the gray version that they did, which I do have as well, and I will do a little video between this one and the gray for you. But I figured this is actually considered dark pink, but to me it looks like a red when it stands alone. When you do it next to a red, like 2012, you can see that it has a pink undertone. It's more of a watermelon color. But let's take a look at her in this pearlized metallic finish, which I absolutely love. She's kind of like a little chameleon, and she looks different in different lighting. She's a very special piece, and even though she's silver and I love gold, I love this handbag, and I don't think I'll ever sell her. This one is brand new. 2015 Chanel pearlized, dark pink, red, caviar, double flap classic with the silver hardware. Same CC that you've been seeing on the newer versions, okay? Beautiful chains. She's never been worn. Not as squeaky as the other one, but that's because the leather's a little bit different and the finish is a little bit different. Stunning though. Can you see the difference in the red tones on her with the pink? You can see the double flap. This one has the perfect shape. The roundness is perfect. She's been very well taken care of. I'll admit, with two babies under 2, I don't get out, so I don't really get out much and I don't get to wear my bags, but hopefully that will change, because I am a true believer that if you are spending the money on these bags, wear them, okay? I mean, again, you live once. They really make you feel confident and beautiful. You put the time to find them, you put the money into them, wear them, enjoy them, okay? And then if you need to get them fixed, or if they need a repair, reach out to Chanel or reach out to leather surgeons, and they will do fabulous work and help you fix the bags. Okay, just be careful with what you wear them with. You're not going to want to wear them against a new piece that's black, or a jacket that's black, or dark colors, because it will rub off on the bags. Color transfer is very real and alive, and it does happen, and it's not pretty when it happens. This is the felt that I was talking about. Some of them come with them. If you're in the store and you're buying one, ask them if they have the felt. You're going to want to keep it there because it's going to help keep this double flap really nice. You're not going to have marks from the chains, and you're not going to have marks from the zippers. So yeah, you're not going to have marks, and you're really going to want to store it nicely. Again, here's a zippered compartment for love notes. And again, these straps go like this. Same engraving on the hardware. Chanel Paris on here. It has this little rounded effect. It goes up over here. You're always going to be looking for that, as well as this roundness that kind of goes down in the back pocket right here. It has the stitch on the inside again to hold its wonderful shape. Let's take a look at this beauty's insides. Okay. This one is Chanel, made in Italy. I'm happy with her because I think she's stunning. And again, that doesn't really matter to me. As long as she's authentic and she's in good condition, I am happy. So here, you can see you can fit a lot. 2 little pockets down here. One little middle tiny pocket you can put a little lipstick in, or a pen with a cover on it. Let's take this baby in for a minute. Again, she has the 2 parts on the bottom. They don't always. Sometimes they have 1 piece of leather. Sometimes they have 2. This one just has 2. You can see the different reds. She's a stunner. Let's see her on, okay? Worn with the double strap. I love this bag. I suggest looking for a pearlized bag. If you are looking for one, reach out to me. I can find one for you. I do have a gray one currently in stock, so not my personal one, but I have another one as well. So if you are looking for a gray pearlized, which is beautiful, it's like a charcoal color with a metallic finish. It's really a chameleon too. Reach out to me, and I do have her available. I'm going to show you the difference right now on the pearlized bag, okay, in the 2012. So you can see the finish, and you can see how this one does look more pink than red, against a true red. Nonetheless, she's red. In my eyes, she is red. She's labeled as dark pink, but she's still red and she's beautiful. But you could just see, these are both jumbos. These are both double flaps. These are both caviar, and they're both stunning. But this is why it gets so confusing, because how many different options can one person have? There's in so many different shades of red, and they do a new one almost every year. And every year you're left wondering, is that my holy grail red? Well, you never know unless you check out videos like this, or you go every single year to the store and take pictures and do side-by-sides, and that gets really difficult to do. Sometimes they don't even get off the wait list, so sometimes you're not even going to be able to see them. This year, they did a red caviar with ruthenium hardware. I am waiting for her to arrive too, and I hope that she is another one of my holy grails that I will keep forever, because I keep my reds. I store them really well, and hopefully once my babies grow up, I'll actually wear them. For now, I look at them and I enjoy them. Again, Miss Pearlized, 2015 Cruise. She's a beauty. So this is how you put the felt back in. Take the felt, you want to tuck it in, make sure this is covered. You want to make sure the zipper part is laying like this when you're storing it. Put it back down like that. Okay? She's good to go. Another one of my loves. And you can see we have 2009 with silver, 2009 with gold, 2012. I kind of mixed it up. This is the 2015 Pearly, and this is the Maxi 2011. So take a look at them. All the beauties all lined up. Now, I'm going to switch it up for a minute, and I'm going to show you a wallet on a chain. This wallet on a chain is from Cruise 2011. Probably my favorite red color that I've found so far. This is a bright, popping red, and I love her. She's beautiful. You could see the difference between the other reds. This is another piece I haven't worn. I will one day. Okay, but it's a 2011, it's called the Sevruga wallet on a chain. This is a great crossbody option that doesn't hang too low. Okay, it's a little bit lower than that, but she hits right at the bottom of my hip. I'm 5'2" and 3/4 again. Silver hardware. She has the detailing on the CC, which I think is beautiful. They expand the wallet on a chains. So you could put more in there than you think you can. You could definitely fit a phone, you could fit a thin wallet, and a lip gloss, and you're good to go. This baby's made in France. It has the little mark, the Chanel CC. These do get the marks too on them right here, so sometimes you might want to, this one came with a little piece of paper. You could also make one yourself. And when you store them, you want to make sure you put that on there and store it like that so it doesn't get the mark. Take care of these bags. They are a big investment again. But I truly love this piece. I always say, oh, I'm going to sell her for something else. And when it comes down to it, I never end up selling her because I love her. She's not quilted, but she is caviar. And I just think she is a stunning red color. The chain is thinner than on the classics. Okay, the jumbo chain is going to be much thicker, so is the medium. I'm back up here. Hi! And so is the maxi. But I hope you guys enjoy. She has the little love flap as well, with the little zippered pocket that Chanel would store her little love notes in. A very cute accessory to all the bags. She has a pocket right here. She has a zippered pocket right here for change, as well as a back pocket, an inside pocket, and she has credit card slots. We have her little beautiful card right here, 14 series. That's how you'll know it's 2011, and this is the Sevruga style. And let's see, I think I have her tag. Now these are about $2,000 retail right now, so let's take a guess at how much it was in 2011. We saw with the Maxi how much they had increased it. Well, in 2011, the Sevruga caviar wallet on a chain, $9.95. Tell them, great investments. These are better than the stock market. Put your money into them, you will get it back out in the end. 2011 Cruise, the style number, the leather code, and this is red, and there's the color code for the red. If you're looking for this bag, I have seen a few. Let me know and I will find you one, not mine, but another one. And I hope that going through these reds has helped you figure out what your holy grail red is, and which red you want to put your money into. Since you don't need too many red bags, unless you're a hoarder like me and you like to keep a whole bunch of red bags. Maybe you need one, maybe you need two. You know, it doesn't really matter as long as you're happy and you love them. But I hope that you guys have found this video informational. And I hope that it has given you some knowledge into the Chanel reds that they've made, and it's helped you figure out which red you love. Please follow my page. I'm going to be doing more videos weekly, and I will be uploading them when my babies aren't crying. And I will be showing you different classic flaps, different Chanel pieces, Celine pieces, Louis Vuitton pieces, Hermes pieces, and I hope that you enjoy. Please leave any comments below, and if you have any questions, I will definitely answer them. Again, if you need help finding any bags, reach out to me. My name is Darcy, and I will personally source one for you. Follow us on Instagram, Opulent Habits. Follow my daughter, the Handbag Maven. And we are redoing our website, so we will have new goodies up on there as soon as it's ready to go. Right now I'm not uploading on there. I'm uploading everything onto Instagram, but once the website is up and running fully, I will let you know, and you'll be able to just click and shop directly from there. Thank you all for your time, and I hope that you loved my first video. Sometimes it's a little funny recording yourself, and I hope I wasn't too awkward, but this is me, and if you enjoy it, please come back to watch more of my videos. Thank you. Bye-bye. Send you off with a group photo. And there they go.